So we're just coming back from turkey hunting. But this is my older brother's 1995 Bronco with the 5.8 Windsor. So we'll do a video about that because he's done some things, it sounds like mainly to the motor, to modernize it and kind of bring it up to speed again. So we'll do a video about it. Got 31. He has 31-inch tires on it, and they're the BF Goodrich tires. He likes those too. I like them a lot. It's the two-tone, is that what you call it? Two-tone colors on it. The inside's all stock, right? Looks stock.
For the most part. Radio's not.
For the most part, radio's not. And then was I right? Like most of what you've done is in the motor?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of what he's done is in the motor. And then he has plans, I think, to do some stuff with the suspension underneath. So, he's gonna tell us with the engine, because all he's really worked on so far is mainly engine related issues and improvements. So first he's gonna go with some issues that he's had to fix, and then he's gonna tell us some stuff he did while he was in there to improve on it a little bit. And again, these are just simple, cheaper bolt-on modifications that we do on this channel. So Mitch?
It started having an idling issue that slowly turned into a not running properly issue. And I did a lot of reading and research, and I ended up switching out almost every sensor or idle position sensor. I basically ended up switching out everything on it, and
like
nothing
sensors?
Yeah,
Sensor
sensors, the idle bypasses, checked EGRs, all that type of stuff, and nothing was helping it. And then one day I finally figured out that the O2 sensor wires had corroded. All this was corroded before from the battery, and I wasn't getting O2 reading back, and that's what was its problem. So I did a quick splice of the wires, and it ran great after that, especially with all the new sensors now. So that's one thing to check. If you have it's running weird, maybe check your O2 wires, because they run up right along with your cable wire, your positive.
Oh, really?
And it was all corroded all together.
Oh.
So anyway, I ended up switching out a lot of that. So all the sensors are new on it from that. I fixed a lot of there's a few little vacuum leaks. I ended up fixing those or removing what I didn't need anymore.
And you had to take off the intake, right?
Yeah, I took that off, trying to investigate it, and new gaskets, sealed it all up again. I thought I had a vacuum leak, but it ended up being the O2 reading was off. It would read sometimes and then not. For improvements, just what I've done, simple stuff, is I got rid of the Ford power steering pump. It makes the Ford squeak noise every time you turn.
And that was the original one from the 90s.
Yeah, it was the original one.
Okay.
So I actually got a bracket from Ford I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but a Saginaw power steering pump on their Eco line of vans in those years, and they had a bracket for it. So I actually found somebody that had the bracket and the pump off of a 95 Ford Eco line van, and it's just an easy swap in place, or all the parts are the same. And then there's a company that sells a conversion kit for your hoses for it. So I did that, and I like that a lot better. I don't have the whine of the Ford power steering, and I feel like it has a little bit more power than the other pump did. And
the hoses to the box?
The gearbox, whatever you call that, the steering box.
Like the conversion kits for that.
Yeah, there's companies that sell brand new of all this stuff. I just wanted to find one from a junkyard and ended up finding one.
Cool.
The other thing I did is the air intake. Instead of the factory one that came with it, that was like the snorkel that comes up to between the hood.
So it would go through the hood?
No, it just stops like there and sucks it through the hood.
Huh.
This is one off of the Ford F250s and 350s with the bigger engines.
So like the 460?
Yeah, and it's actually just a factory. It comes straight in I didn't have to do anything but plug it in or put it in, but it just comes and it sucks it out of the front grille, goes around to the side.
All right, and then
So I feel like it gets better airflow.
more airflow, better steering,
And
right? Or better
Yes.
steering pump, right?
better steering pump. It's a better quality pump, and from what I've read. The other thing I did, kind of cosmetic, but also the bumper.
Oh yeah, didn't you do something with all
Mine
that?
was a solid bumper. This style of bumper, I believe, came on the Eddie Brower versions, and also the bigger 250 and 350 OBS Fords. So I put this on just because it lets more air into the radiator to help cool it, because we get some hot summer days.
Yeah. Oh, cool. And that's what you've done so far?
Yeah, and then just a lot of just sensors. All the sensors have been
All
replaced,
the new
but
sensors.
Turned out
Freshen it up.
Turned out I didn't need them, so I have a box of sensors that I guess I can replace again if
Yeah.
I ever need to.
And you guys use this pretty regularly as a family.
Yes, this is
Truck,
our
right?
family traveling
Bronco.
vehicle, and I can
That's
fit
cool.
all the kids in it.
He
And
can do 80, he says.
It's not the
Which is
fastest
something
machine.
we look for when we're trying to, still use old cars, I think. At least that's what I
A lot
look
of
for.
it's stock, no lift. Engine's a stock 5.8.
Well, there you go. That's a pretty... So you got a stock Bronco with the bare bones upgrades on it with the motorized. And I've been driving it a little bit, turkey hunting down here, and I think it runs good. I like it a lot.
It's a
So-
fun vehicle to travel.